The clock is ticking for the leaders of a nonprofit grocery store in Albany's South End neighborhood to pay off loans or risk foreclosure.
Lenders warning the African American Cultural Center last month that the South End grocery store's loans were in default. The store had opened up at the end of last year in an area that was previously a food desert and has helped make fresh, healthy food more accessible.
The store had to close several weeks ago because of water damage, and now the store's long-term future is in question.
News 10 ABC's Mikhaela Singleton hearing from the store's leader for the first time about the path forward.
When it rains, it pours at the South End grocery after a burst fire extinguisher and roof leak shut the store down for weeks. But according to Trevon Jackson, the sunshine is peeking through again.
We did have 3 new people come on this week to train and begin working with us, so we'll be able to reopen next week with those additional hands.
But still hanging over their heads are unpaid loans, with lenders demanding 7 months of arrears.
I think everybody has extended themselves to very, significant lengths to try to make this project successful. And, things don't always work out the way you want them to.
Kevin has made a practice of talking to the news in a misleading fashion instead of talking to me.
A fierce debate happening between Jackson on behalf of the African American Cultural Center and the Advance Albany County Alliance, which represents one of the lenders, the Capital Resource Corporation. Jackson now announces his nonprofit, Blue Light Development Group, will utilize its own fundraising and Jackson's personal resources to fulfill the debt.
We enrich other nonprofits, namely the African American Cultural Center, with our own resources where necessary.
Jackson also once again adds the 3 lenders, including KeyBank and Capcom, now Broadview, had previously agreed to pause his payments. This email sent to Jackson in July 2022 states all 3 would review a forbearance request if the Cultural Center fulfilled a list of requirements.
He'd have to submit, a plan with financials and tax returns, normal kind of things. And to my knowledge, none of that was ever done.
Jackson does agree he did not comply with the list. KeyBank maintains to News 10 it cannot comment on account details. Broadview's CEO, Michael Castellana, replying in a similar fashion. However, his statement also adds, while the current financial outcome is not as projected, he's hopeful for a positive resolution. Jackson concludes the loans are the least of his worries as he focuses on opening doors and feeding people again.
And as long as I'm feeding people, there will be no stop to the work that we do.
Reporting in Albany, Mikhaela Singleton, News 10 ABC.